That's just a fact. It's not something that we should
Donald
necessarily...
Trump was lying. So Donald Trump...
Lying requires intent. But yeah, TYT is disingenuous.
Trump was lying.
That's for the courts to decide, but what I...
Exactly.
Then he should be tried. If it's for the courts to decide.
He is being tried, Cenk. He should be tried. He is being trialed right now. Cenk, keep up to date, please. Thank you very much. All right, hello, my name is Mr. WhyzGuy. Welcome to my humble little channel on the internet. But before we get into whatever this video is, leave a like. And comments are great too, but comments specifically. I don't know your thoughts if you don't throw it down in the comments below, so come on now. Thoughts, thinks. We're gonna be watching the interview of Vivek on TYT, so I hope you enjoy this very short clip.
Orders to say that opponent during the presidential election can't even talk about that relevant set of issues. I just don't think that's a good precedent, and I don't want to see that in one direction or the other. That's wrong.
Do you believe it's a good precedent to implement a slate of fake electors to overturn the results of our democratic process and go against the will of the American voters?
All I had to say to that is this is not something that hasn't happened before.
So, look, I think that there were serious issues that need to be discussed relating to election integrity. However, I would not have made those same judgments that Donald Trump did. This, though, belongs to the voters. This is a judgment for the voters of this country, not a judgment for a justice system that lands people in prison as its ultimate goal, especially political opponents. I just think that's bad for the United States of America.
Okay.
So leave it to the voters. Trust the voters to make the decision of who governs, instead of trying to take it out of the voters' hands. And I don't think that should be a controversial idea.
Yeah, it's definitely controversial because what you're saying is...
leaving it to the voters is controversial.
No, not that. Hold on.
When the former president broke laws, including...
That's obviously super controversial. I turned my thing off. Leaving it to the voters, yeah, that's super controversial, man. 100%. I agree with everyone else but Vivek here. All right. This is why I don't watch TYT. They're so disingenuous. But here, I'm watching it because I like to see the people that I like to watch be tested on their theories or on their reasonings. I like to see them tested. That's why they go on left-wing shows, but you don't see a lot of left-wing people going on to right-wing shows because they don't like being tested on their beliefs. They just like seeing right-wingers get destroyed, and that's just what they like to do. They like to see that. That's their thing. They don't actually care about integrity and stuff like that, but they just want to win brownie points, political brownie points. You do you, lefties.
Against the will of the American voters by implementing a slate of fake electors, which were noted as such in memos passed around within.
Yeah, he hasn't been convicted for breaking the law. Like the whole trials is to. This is why I say this is the whole thing is like the Trump like when they talk about Trump, it's just 90% of it is just conspiracy theories and over-exaggerated nonsense. Because like he hasn't been convicted for any crimes yet. It's ongoing trials that they decided to just bring up 2 years after the evidence 2 years after the whole thing happened. Like, and this is just right before the election, like conveniently enough. Like, what? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you do it as soon as it happened? It's not like it was something that was like no one knew about. Like people knew about it, and then they were like, quick, let's indict Trump because he might run again. 2 years later, like that's just wow. Okay, all right, I'm just gonna
keep the Trump campaign. They were referred to as fake and fraudulent electors by Trump's co-conspirators. That is part of the evidence. Another piece of evidence that I think is compelling, to say the least, is that they had fake electors in the state of New.
Oh wait, did she interrupt? Let me go back. I was counting how many interruptions she was going to make.
No, not that. Hold on.
When the former president broke laws, including going against the will of the American voters.
Assuming he broke laws, but hasn't been convicted yet, so conspiracy theories still.
By implementing a slate of fake electors, which were noted as such in memos passed around within the Trump campaign. They were referred to.
she is asserting that he broke the law because he hasn't been convicted yet. I'm going to say this every single time. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I'm sorry, but I have to keep saying it. It triggers me every time when they lie. I just have to correct them. That's just the way I am.
Fake and fraudulent electors by Trump's co-conspirators. That is part of the evidence. Another piece of evidence that I think is compelling, to say the least, is that they had fake electors in the state of New Mexico, which had absolutely no pending litigation in regard to election fraud.
We have a court and a legal system, and if you want to go into the details of this, the First Amendment absolutely protects, and courts have held this for a long time, dating back to a case called Alvarez. I think it was in 2012.
Damn, encyclopedia. Like history right there. How did he pull that out of his head? I have no idea, but that's probably a good reason to why he should probably be running for president. I think people should be voting for this guy. Encyclopedic knowledge, just pulling it right out, getting pressured and getting criticism and getting asserted by Anna, and he's able to still calmly remember certain things. Like, come on now. He's doing a good job. This is not easy to be pushed and asserted by Anna Kasparian and then still be able to like talk about and pull up information reasonably, like right then and there, like right after the aggression she was pulling towards him. Like that just shows how confident he is and how he knows that he's how confident he is. Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Political officials, including candidates for election, unfortunately, like it or not, have the First Amendment right not to tell the truth. That's just a fact. It's not something that we should necessarily.
So Donald Trump was lying. So Donald Trump.
Lying requires intent. Now, if you don't believe that, like if someone truly believes what he's like, if he's wrong, so Donald Trump is lying. No. If he said, so Donald Trump is wrong, then I think Vivek would agree. But he says lying, and then that no, he's not lying. He obviously believes what he's saying. Trump actually believes what he's saying. So Cenk is just spewing out intent there, and that's kind of disingenuous too. But yeah, TYT is disingenuous. I said that like 3 million times.
That's for the courts to decide. But what
Exactly.
So then he should be tried. If it's for the courts to decide.
He is being tried, Cenk. He should be tried. He is being trialed right now. Cenk, keep up to date, please. Thank you very much.
We live in a country of laws, and he's being charged with a very important criminal act. Why do you get to decide instead of the court system?
He's putting words into his mouth. When did he ever say that Vivek is trying to important criminal trial to decide instead of the court? Like, what do you mean he's deciding? Vivek's allowed to have an opinion, and you're allowed to have an opinion too, Cenk, but you're not. And I guess Cenk is allowed to put words into Vivek's mouth whenever he wants, but Vivek needs to call that nonsense out.
Just let him off. Who cares what that evidence is?
Because nobody else has been charged under the same set of facts.
Because no one else tried to do a coup against America with a fake.
Oh, see, this is the conspiracy theory that I'm talking about, man. Like, come on now.
Scheme. Do you know a second person who's ever been accused of that?
We've had contested elections dating back to the late 1800s in this country, and a lot.
Yeah, but no one ever did fake electors and tried to do a coup, Vivek. So are you saying, because this is really important,
conspiracy
good
theories,
for the goose
man.
is good for the gander. So you're saying Joe Biden on his way out can take any national secrets and show them to anyone he likes. Maybe you could even sell them, whatever. He could just take them. Who cares?
You can't sell them.
And hold
on.
I'm
pretty clear about this.
Okay.
You can't sell them.
Okay, all right. But if Donald Trump is charged with selling them, are we allowed to try him then? Or do we just have to let him go no matter what he's charged with?
Trump derangement disorder, man. At its highest peak, man. At its highest. Come on, Cenk. You need to chill when it comes to this Trump stuff. Like, I swear, they believe in such, conspiracies. Like, he hasn't been, convicted with any of this nonsense that they're talking about. But you know what? Cenk's entitled to his own opinion. Honestly, it sounds like a conspiracy to me. A conspiracy theory, but... and it is, because, he hasn't been convicted with any of this, so it's literally just a conspiracy theory, or a theory, if I want to be nice, I guess. But still, like, come on, Cenk. Come on, Cenk. But what do I expect? This is TYT.
We're going to be on for most of an hour, so I think it's just important for you to understand something about me. I care about the details. Facts actually matter. I don't care about,
the details
random
as well.
jousting.
All right, so you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. And what did you guys think? Throw it down in the comments below. Like, come on now, just do it. The bottom part, this part. Oh my God, this part. Come on now, let's do it. It's fun to interact with you guys, so don't be boring. Be interesting. And I'll see you in the next one.